Hey, it's Michelle. How are you today? Whenever it is this message or video finds you or you find it, how are you today? I have my rose colored glasses on today because sometimes we have a choice to either have glasses of drama and torture and horrible stuff, which does exist, that is there. I'm a Pisces, and on my journey, I've come to realize that there has to be an opposite of that hopelessness. There can be hope. There actually has to have a balance between the two. I think that's what's urged me to come and just do an old school video where nothing fancy. I just grab my phone, I put in the thing, and I start yakking. And I don't worry about my hair or worry about my makeup. I just talk because there are things that each of us feel, that each of us experience, that each of us have gone through intensely since 2020, but more so since 2012, more so since the day you popped out of mom and made your entrance into this wonderfully horrible experience called Earth. I call it Earth School because it feels like school. Sometimes it's a burden and hard, but sometimes it's an exciting opportunity. And as we get older, as I've gotten older, I've understood I can point that arrow at whatever. I can point it at the dramatics, and my life will show me that the dramatics is real. I can point it at the hyper positive, toxically positive, all that. I can go down that avenue and I can feel into that range and learn that range of frequency and then decide which one is my authentic vibration, which one is me in this body, in this story, in this version. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, you're lost in a conversation with yourself where you're like, who am I talking to? Who is this? Who am I crazy? And then you get to go down that rabbit hole. This whole wonderful opportunity and also hard earth school that we're in. And we're experiencing such extremes of both, and yet we're at this possibility of something else. And so to find your frequency, you have to be exposed to both of those things in you personally, both extremes. When you have drinking the Kool-Aid and you're cuckoo crazy and stuck in a belief system, and then when you're awfully reckless and pursuing without thinking or feeling or asking. And there is both of those, but again, you get to learn all of that. It's a gift of Earth School. And because things look hopeless and can feel definitely hopeless out there, where are you in your frequency? Where are you authentically? Not the character you play for a spouse or a partner or a family member or a society, but authentically who you are, when you walk into a room. Who is that energy and where do you feel is comfortable for you right now? If you're lost in anxiety and stress, or if you're lost in oblivious positivity, there is an opportunity to find your frequency, to dial in to a vibe. And that is the gift of being in this meat suit on this planet at this time. And then to explore another facet of that is your soul, the energy that is you, asked the universe, can I please play this person? Can I please play you? And then the universe goes, well, heck yeah, I want you, the soul, to play you, that person, who you're playing right now, who you see in the mirror. And however long you make it through life, whatever things you adventure through, that's the gift, that blessing of the soul manifesting in a body. It's a gift from that you're talking to. It's funny because in my story, religion, specifically Catholicism, is what got me to pursue that thing that I'm talking to, the God of my understanding. And I had to go through a lot of different versions of what God was and wasn't for me. And I had to work that out, that whole conversation with a co creator, a God, a collaborator, that thing I'm talking to. That's how I refer to that. And so that gift of finding that thing, has been amplified since 2020 because there's been a lot of self talk, a lot of what's going on? How do I feel? Am I scared? Should I be worried? And now I'm angry and now I'm lost and now I feel sad. Like all those emotions. Again, those are classes you get to take at Earth School because each emotion, when detached from the reaction of the emotion, once you detach from that, you actually have a frequency. All of them have frequencies. No judgment on the emotion. It's just like depression and stress has a very low frequency. It's hard to help it. It's hard to pick it up. It goes and then you can choose to stay there. Positivity, hyperpod can go way up high. It can bring on, vortexy type of feelings. That's why finding somewhere in that middle of a frequency, not a crazy positivity or a horrible, we're all going to die, depression, although you get to learn all that. No judgment on it. You get to learn all that. But now we get to pick. What's your frequency? Where are you at? I'm feeling deja vu. Like I talked about this before in an early video when I started back in 2013, I think is when I, was all humbled and told the universe, okay, I give up. I'll play her. I'll play Michelle the Oracle. And I'll explore whatever the heck that is and who that is and what that is in me. And it's been a fun chapter. I'm still Michelle the Oracle, but I've grown, I've changed, I've learned, I've gone down different rabbit holes and opened myself to being more a vessel of what I authentically am, which is I'm a vessel of love, just like you. Just like you. Your soul is a vessel of love and it incarnated in this human, in this story that God created for you specifically, and then allowed all of us to be here bumping into each other, doing these cuckoo, horrible, wonderfully beautiful stuff. And when you can detach from the reaction of that emotion, you have to learn it first. Again, there's no judgment here. You have to learn it first. How are you going to know? But now that you know, you get to pick. And so, whatever it is that I've said today, whatever it is I just let out, was something that I really felt naturally. I thought I needed to have a spirit chat with somebody else, but what I really needed to do was have a spirit chat with myself, put this into whatever kind of form I'm comfortable with, which is I used to do this all the time. I used to drop videos all the time, used to do readings and I loved it. And that was when I was learning what I have and what I'm here to do. And now in this part of my journey, I just feel like sharing. I just feel like chatting, not to be right, not to teach anything, not to, but just to like chat about it, just to have a yak about it, because that's the only way all of us can feel truly seen and loved is if we show it and share it. And now that we've gotten through muck, like that journey of Andy Dufresne on the Shawshank Redemption. He had to go through that tunnel of literal human waste and crawl through all kinds of it and smell it and barf and touch it and go through all those emotions to get to another side. Not that that other side was perfect. It was just another tunnel of that waste of that stuff, but that opportunity to shake, to get through, to learn from, to really appreciate, and to do different and pick a different vibe. Maybe the next tunnel will be all spongy and have flowers. Who knows? Let's be open to some kind of solution that could be better. That means you got to let go. We have to release. We have to let go. It is too late. It's already kind of happened. If you're still here in the earth story, you already agreed to something a long time ago that you would allow to happen, a shift, a learning vibration, talking about things. It's just part of the natural growth cycle. That's why none of it's wrong, all of it's divine. And I'm on here just yakking. Fear has been something I've been working on personally. I know if you have known me from the beginning of my videos, you'd probably think, Michelle, fearful, scared. Haha, no, she's not. Yeah, she is. Yeah. I have both of those extremes in me. I have that badass, powerful, get out of my way, but I also have the soft and really scared and like not sure version of myself. And now that I've seen her in all of her glory and greatness on both sides of the spectrum, I'm in this place where I can choose my vibe and understand when I'm feeling fearful, what self love is, what healing is all about, what allowing is, what compassion is, what unconditional love is. And, that's for me right now, not the challenge, but the opportunity to really understand I might not agree the human that's in front of me spouting whatever, letting out whatever. They're just expressing a version of me, and don't take it personal and really try to love them. Why? Because when I was like that, the thing that created me still had my back and loved me. So I proclaim to be some kind of messenger of love. It's what I have found to be true about me, about my essence of me, in all the icky, disgusting, and wonderfully great versions of this character. And the cool thing is, I got to play all that, and I'm still here. And since I'm still here, I can see all of that. I can love all of that. I can be grateful for all the things back and forth. She's expressing the truth, y'all. That throat chakra is coming up. I'm just expressing, and now that I know something, I can prove something. I can be something. I could be that energy. I can express that idea, that thought, because it is different and it does tickle other people around me to kind of think different for themselves, not for my glory, but for theirs, for the finding their light, finding their source, finding that they're connected to the same thing I am. It's only they'll see it as something different, call it something different. And so then I can just calm my tits and like love everything because that's what feels more natural for me. Um, and then love, man, that's something you could talk about your whole life because love is wonderful and it's terrible. It's, good to each other and it's shit to each other. It's loving everything in the meantime. A lot of light workers, I know you're hurting because there's such extreme of everything being shown, and you want to cure it and you want to change it, or you want to annihilate it, or you want to just give it a hug. All those desires are correct. But the truth is, just allow yourself to love it. It doesn't make sense. You're going to kick and scream the whole way. You're going to be like, but they're wrong. And you're going to have to let yourself let that out. But each time we react like that, it creates that scenario. And so if we're truly in a shift, which we are, you might as well cave in to the flow. And that's not admitting that anybody's right or wrong. That alone, put that down, put that sword down. I'm going to wrap up with something. I watched the Leo King, David Palmer, this morning do his new moon solar eclipse Libra broadcast. I watched it this morning. And what I love about Leo King is a lot of stuff. I caught him way back when he started around 2012. I didn't catch him exactly at his beginning, but it was pretty freaking close. There was this young kid, David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. And he was a California dude. Really cool. He would take all of his videos on the beach, which I'm a Cali girl, so I resonated with that beach. I'm Pisces. I resonated with that water. He was very rebellious. He's fire. He's Leo King. He's fire. I am water. And And what I've loved is through our journey up until now, he's been one of the greatest teachers of astrology that I've had. And I noticed a side story going on because I haven't tuned into him. And this isn't a bash on him at all, although I have bashed him, although I have talked, but I had to walk through that. What I experienced this morning and watching him, yeah, he expressed some things that my human doesn't agree with, but what I had to learn to happen is let him say what he feels. He's not trying to convince me. The underlying thing that I enjoy and really connect with him on is astrology and how he feels into it and what he already knows about it. And he teaches so generously. And that is the part of him that I connected to in his message. But I had to walk through and go through all the things where I thought, man, he doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever the judgment was. And I recognized that I was missing the lesson, the opportunity to really play into and see, oh, Jupiter's over here. Oh, Saturn's smoking a weed over there in Pisces. Oh, my goodness. All this astrological stuff that he was one of the pioneer teachers of me. And so I really had to look at it from a he's wrong, I'm right standpoint and get into the wow, his soul played David Palmer, the Leo King, to get me to where I am spiritually, astrologically. And in that, all I could see was love. All I could have was this absolute adoration of David Palmer, the Leo King. Yeah, there was that other stuff, but the overall arcing energy was love. Thank you, David Palmer. Thank you for playing the Leo King. Thank you for taking this watery girl and making her see fire, feel fire. And I rejected you sometimes and I canceled you sometimes, but always, love always brings you back to an opportunity to look at it in a different frame, not to hurt you, not to hurt them, not to make it perfect, and not to continue on a grudge, but to give both energies an opportunity to balance itself. And so apparently, that's what I came to do this video about today, that balancing. You don't have to admit anybody's right, but that's part of the journey you have to walk through. That desire to react, to change, to cure, to fix. And the opportunity is to listen, accept, because they could be projecting a part of you that did that. Whatever it is you're pointing a finger about, you can see on yourself. And again, not so that anybody wins. That implicates war. If someone's keeping a score, there's got to be a balance. Libra demands balance. Whether you get it or not, it just is what it is. Balance is just balance. It can't be compromised. It's the same thing with love. It's unconditional. You can't change it, redo it, fix it up. It just is what it is. So I'm hoping that the message today, at least for me, what I've already gotten just hearing myself let this out, is this permission now to pick the frequency that matches who I am. And it's no expectation, it's no judgment. It's just having a faith that this is where I'm supposed to be doing this thing. And it's my opportunity to really shine this light that I have found, that I've connected to. And it's not to bash anybody over the head with it. It's more of offering an opportunity for them to find theirs. And that's what's been happening since 2020. We've all been put in our rooms, isolated, so that we can find ourselves, who we are under the covers, under the movie, under the distraction. And everything has played out exactly how it was supposed to. And now, where you are, is you have an opportunity to, whatever that light was that you have been finding since 2020, is to allow that to be your guide. Either whatever you call it, a Christ consciousness, a rebirth, the phoenix rising, it's a bunch of things. It's just a cycle. It's Libra. The scale always comes back and goes, is this fair? Do you like this? And here's the thing, no one's right. If something was right, then that it would be like that. So something just is. And it is. You have to work through that frustration, that emotional reaction to that statement, because the important thing to balance is you and your heart and that thing that you talk to, whatever that is. And so when you make that your focus and your priority, everything else doesn't become perfect. It just becomes more visible, and you get to see, and you get to make a more of a choice. It's actually more freedom to allow yourself to be you and to allow the other to be the other, whether you like them or not, whether you agree with them or not. Don't forget, in the end, there is no end. We're all hugging it out. We're all passing a peace pipe. We are all holding hands in glorious bliss that is unmistakable, unconditional love, which is the only flavor it comes in. So try to give your heart that hug. Try to give yourself that moment to find your reality, not mine. I'm just sharing it. I'm just letting you know what this hermit has found out, because I need to get it out. I have to say it out loud. I have to express it. How is my reality going to show me that which I am feeling if I do not express it out loud? So that's what I'm doing here. Even if just one person heard that and you're feeling better and you're resonating, thanks. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And I hope for whatever you're experiencing, that you're getting an opportunity to express yourself as well. And if you need someone to talk to, message me back, say something, make a video, do something to express your truth, in all the love that you feel for yourself. And that's the Earth School opportunity. Love yourself. Yeah, love yourself. The character you get to play, the thing you're attached to, all of it. It's all about that. And with that, I'm going to sign off. This was a episode of Mama Shines. Dun dun. You guys have a great day. Okay. Bye.